Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of Reddit Reads. This is episode 4, which is on reptilians and shapeshifters. I've been wanting to dive deep on this topic for a while. If you're watching this, then be sure to check out my Odom video that should be coming out shortly as well. That is the start of my new series, We Are Not Alone. So the Reddit Reads series will continue, but if you like this topic specifically, be sure to check out my other series or subscribe to keep up with my releases. Like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you all for watching. Alright, so this rabbit hole goes extremely millennia deep. I have personally known about this topic for years, but recently just came across a theory that makes it all make sense for me. So I just wanted to add some solid context so the inside jokes and other parts make sense for everybody. What are reptilians? Before we continue, it's important to understand what people mean when they refer to reptilians. Reptilians, often otherwise called reptoids or reptilian humanoids, are a popular figure species within niche extraterrestrial topics. They are typically described as intelligent, non-human beings who resemble humans in build but have reptile-like characteristics. They are known not only to be able to shapeshift, but also control humans through manipulation and possession. There are many fringe online theories that connect sin, laziness, feelings of self-harm and shame, and any other typically demonic impulse to interdimensional beings such as reptilians implanting these feelings into our mind. While mainstream historians generally view these figures as mythological or symbolic, some researchers and conspiracy theorists argue that these stories may have been inspired by encounters with actual non-human intelligences. Now, although the characteristics and behaviors of reptilians seem to be consistent throughout history, there are differing origin stories which I want to very briefly go over. As I do more research, I'll have more thorough videos on these topics, but for now I want to introduce us all to these reptilians and their diverging origin story. Alien manipulators. According to this view, these entities arrived on Earth thousands of years ago and have quietly influenced human civilization from behind the scenes ever since. Instead of native to Earth, these are alien beings that shapeshift into earthly beings to blend in and quietly assume control. Prehistoric natives/refugees. Some versions of this theory suggest that a highly intelligent reptilian civilization existed millions of years ago during the age of dinosaurs and somehow survived a global catastrophe. There are theories that dragons in ancient texts actually refer to dinosaurs, and that humans lived amongst dinosaurs in ancient times. The logic behind this theory is that during global catastrophes such as flood and meteor storms, some dinosaurs went underground and became highly intelligent alongside developing the ability to shapeshift, as they lived for millions of years underground. Now, before we completely write off any theories or anecdotes, I want to establish some shared truths behind reptilian lore. I do this not to try to convince you that they exist, but because I think these topics are more fun when the narrator does not try so hard to shut them down or inflict their own beliefs on you. My goal isn't to tell you what to believe, it's simply to present the stories, symbols, historical parallels, and the modern anecdotes, then simply leave the judgment up to you. After all, every one of us experiences reality through our own lens. So 1. What we can say with confidence is that serpent-like beings have appeared in human mythology, religion, and storytelling for thousands of years. From modern films to the Bible to Egyptian hieroglyphics, there have commonly been depictions of reptile creatures with human abilities battling man. We also find recurring archaeological discoveries that fuel speculation. Certain prehistoric societies place symbolic importance on reptiles and serpents, with serpent imagery appearing in burial sites, artwork, temples, and ceremonial objects across multiple civilizations. Third, as you will see in this video, there have been thousands of overlapping anecdotes of reptilian shapeshifting behavior across the world. Across different countries, languages, religions, and time periods, people have reported encounters with strange humanoid reptilian beings. Whether these accounts present literal experiences, psychological phenomena, spiritual encounters, cultural archetypes, or something else entirely remains a matter of debate. 4. Dragons are not only depicted globally across ancient texts, but have always been understood to be real creatures by ancient societies. Lastly, it is true that we share reptile DNA. Our hands are webbed, and modern scientists often refer to the reptile brain, the part of our brain that craves satisfying impulse and instant gratification. So if reptiles are alien, we as humans must be somewhat alien as well. Whatever the explanation, one thing is undeniable. Humanity has been telling us stories about powerful reptilian beings for a very, very long time. Why? That's a question people are still trying to answer. So join me as I curate some of the most popular reptilian lore related threads on Reddit. I had to dig deep to find some of these files through a sea of broken links. It was a long, tedious, spiritual journey to gather this batch in one place for us. So I hope you enjoy. Thanks again for tuning in.
I'm new to this topic. Can you tell me everything I should know? Can you tell me the most I need to know about these things? What types of them there are around, and what they can do to you? The most I know right now is what Odom described in his manifesto, and how sculptures of amphibians and reptilians were made in Mesopotamia, and all the Gnostic crap. I haven't had any weird personal experiences, fortunately. Except for hearing weird alien-esque noises outside my window, then hearing rumbling on the roof. I am on the 5th floor of a 5th floor building, BTO. And then my mind started getting foggy. And the whole day, I had a weird sense of dread. Anyway, I just want to know the basics that there is to know about this topic.
There's a silent invasion taking place, and has been for a long time. They infiltrated places of power, but also are among us. Celebrities, politicians, the military, they are abominations. Your experience may be related, even if not directly. I've seen strange glowing orbs in the sky after getting into this subject. Shapeshift.
Reptilian possessed, not a shapeshifting. The reptilian inside him protected the body.
Cool looking. Wish we saw more stuff like this. Fake or not. Reptilian body found in the Black Sea. Audio, text, and image translated from Russian.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Apparently these are images from that reptilian video that took down YouTube. What do you think? In 2018, it is said that a video of a reptilian caused YouTube to crash for a few hours. Apparently, one person managed to see the video and took these pictures, but the video itself was never found.
It's interesting that the alien shapeshifting in this video resembles what the evil, smirking, scaled alien in the infamous 4chan alien picture was described, by people on Reddit who claimed adamantly to have seen the original 4chan pic firsthand, when it was briefly posted, to have looked like. Imho.
The bottom half of the face doesn't look terribly realistic, but there's something about the eyes when they change at the last minute that's really creepy.
It's Epstein.
I think it looks a lot like him too, and there's a whistleblower that said he shape-shifted into some sort of dragon-like creature.
Homeless woman's eyes change. Saw this on Instagram and checked the comments to see if they saw what I did. And yep, many people in the comments pointing out that this woman's eyes change, and she seems aware of it as she grabs at her face and hides her eyes from being filmed. What do y'all think?
It knew it glitched, hence why it covered its face. Can't be more obvious than that. When they're stressed, their cloaking can start to malfunction.
She did the Katy Perry thing, LOL.
Exactly.
This is a woman with an eye condition, and she needs medical attention. LOL.
No, it's an alien. Stop being irrational.
Is it reptilian or demonic possession? I mean, many reptilians are kicking it in the 4th dimension, feeding on the fear and suffering of humanity, so they could be one in the same.
Thanks for posting. Someone really said it was jaundice, and they call us delusional for seeing something that's obviously strange.
I can fix her.
Have you ever asked yourself, should I fix her?
I like how they notice when they sleep on and immediately try to cover themselves up. Seen it happen in a couple other videos as well. I guess they take human form because we would be afraid of their real form, and so this is the only way we coexist with them. Maybe a lot of them are not so different from us after all.
Panicked woman on a flight claimed to be sitting next to a shapeshifter.
Stop the plane! Not going to. Not going to. Not going to. Nope.
I was trying to listen.
Nope. No. So what's going on? No. Stop it. Stop it. No. I need to get the off this plane right now. I need to get the off this plane. We're going to the gate. See what happens. See what happens after this. See what happens.
Where's your bag? Is your bag still over there?
Yes. I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now, that
Who wears a hoodie in Texas summer?
Airplanes can get cold, and reptiles are cold-blooded.
Till shapeshifters need to fly economy commercial to move around the globe.
I believe her. These reptoids are more common than most think.
Her reaction appears authentic. I could see fear, panic, high-strung emotion whilst also attempting to remain calm. If you weren't feeling those emotions, it would be extremely difficult to act out. Having said that, this reaction could be from several factors. Who knows if under the influence of medication, alcohol, or what she saw or what she thought she saw, the grainy pictures of the guy in the hoodie don't help. But intuition suggests something looks off, but again, could be for any number of factors. Maybe the question should be, why has this video garnered traction?
He do look kinda sus though.
I don't think anything is out of question anymore. Reality is pretty easy going on the roads these days.
100% sure it was alien shapeshifter.
I always wondered why the guy she was sitting next to and talking about never came forward for an interview or even a statement even. Just to laugh about like, hey, I'm real.
I witnessed a reptilian massacre in another dimension. I am a 16-year-old female. I received what I can only describe as a vision in the middle of the night. I know it was given to me from an external force. For context, my family, and the village from where we are from, has held beliefs about the non-human for generations. These beliefs were formed from experiences that many of my relatives claim to have witnessed firsthand. According to them, they exist with us on Earth, but in another dimension that overlaps with ours. They have cities and technologies far more advanced than ours, which we obviously cannot see. For many years, members of my family and our village have reported seeing buildings appear and disappear without explanation, along with encounters with the non-humans. At this point, it has become a normal part of our culture. Some of my relatives have even invited them into their own homes. Of course, like humans, not all of them are friendly, but some are. But just as ordinary humans suffer injustice from those in power, reptilians do too. I wholeheartedly believe that. The vision began inside my bedroom, but the house itself was unfamiliar. I live in an apartment, yet this place was a large 2-story home. I remember walking toward the window and looking out over an enormous futuristic city. It looked nothing like where I live. I live within a residential community in Qatar, but this place was more like a tourist entertainment city. The buildings were palace-like structures with bright, colorful lights. Even now, I struggle to describe it properly, but it looked so beautiful. This was the same location as my home, but a different dimension. Then I noticed shadowy figures racing across the rooftops. They moved in ways that completely defied physics. They were leaping over large distances and gliding in unnatural speeds. Their movements were fluid-like and not human. They were running away from something. Suddenly, a massive tsunami surged toward the city. The moment I saw it, I knew that it wasn't natural. I don't know how I know this, but someone initiated this tsunami against these innocent families. As the wave crashed forward, the shadowy figures began shifting forms. Their silhouettes turned into reptilian shapes as they clutched onto their children when the floodwaters arrived. I somehow understood that I was watching another dimension, instead of being within it. It's why the floodwaters didn't affect me. There's this one moment from that vision that still makes me cry when I remember it. I remember hearing a female reptilian scream as her child was violently dragged through the water and smashed against the buildings around them. The sound seemed painfully real. At that moment, I felt a strong rush of adrenaline through me. I knew I had to help them. Another important detail about my family's beliefs is that the good non-humans deliberately avoid contact with humans. According to what I was taught, their own morals and religions prevent the good ones from interacting with us directly. So in that moment, I knew I had to invite them into our dimension myself for their safety, because they weren't going to come over themselves. There is also a strong taboo surrounding these topics in my family. We believe that speaking or even thinking too deeply about the non-humans allows them to notice you, which can be dangerous because we believe the ones who interact with us are often the ones with evil intentions. So I called out to them, mentally, and invited them into our world where they would be safe. When I did, instantly every shadowy reptilian froze and turned toward me. Before I could blink, everyone disappeared. I knew they were coming toward me. Not even seconds later, I heard violent knocking at the front door of the house. The banging was unnaturally fast and consistent, and not human. I opened the door and saw what appeared to be a translucent human family standing outside. They consisted of multiple children and 3 to 4 adults. They tried to telepathically explain their situation to me, but I already knew. I interrupted them and immediately told them to come inside. But when I shut the door and turned around, their appearance changed. The family had transformed into white-colored reptilians. Seeing their true forms was too much for me. I collapsed onto the floor and became paralyzed. The female reptilian, perhaps the mother, noticed my state, then silently communicated with the others. She ordered her family to take on the appearances of my own family members in order to calm me down. They took the form of my dad, mom, siblings, and other people I can't remember at the moment. After that, my memory becomes unclear. I had forced myself to snap out of the vision, due of fear, before I could see what happened next. I regret it, but the reaction was instinctive. What disturbs me most is the knowing that this experience was not random. It was assigned to me. Like the responsibility to help them had been placed into my mind by something external. I still do not know who or what gave me that vision. But despite the fear, I know helping them was the right thing to do. But I know how this sounds. I do not use drugs. I am physically healthy, mentally aware, and fully conscious of what I am saying. But ever since that night, sometimes I catch glimpses of the reptilian children from the corner of my eye inside my house. I see them in the same way you would see shadows dashing across your room, you know? The children often imitate the appearance of my younger sister. Strangely enough, I have fallen in love with one of the reptilian children. She is a very cute albino crocodile. To be honest, I use this one experience as an introduction because it is easier to explain than everything else. The truth is that I have been interacting with the non-human since I was around 9 years old. I think I have unintentionally made myself a target. Even though I genuinely believed in these theories, I was immature enough to use them for fun conversations. I spoke about reptilians and other theories openly with almost everyone I met, and that may have been a mistake. Over the years, I have been harmed by different types of beings, particularly reptilian and insect-like beings. I have experienced what I can only describe as psychological and spiritual attacks, and strange forms of frequency-based harm. I have also been abducted twice by the insect-like beings and taken to Mars. I sound schizophrenic. I have also been threatened with things I do not fully understand, and honestly, I am terrified. I am still young and have barely learned how to control my own emotions or manage myself properly. Yet I have been pulled into this mess. As I mentioned before, these topics are taboo within my family, not because they dismiss them, but because they fear them. But know that I am open-minded and willing to consider other explanations for my experiences. But our beliefs are tied to experiences that are real not only to me, but to generations of people around me. And I am saying this as unbiasedly and honestly as possible. There are things I believe I know about the afterlife, reincarnation, black magic, non-human people, and even humanity itself that I have received from someone or something else. I wanted to share them, but these beings have left me mentally exhausted and deeply insecure. My thoughts constantly feel scattered, like something is literally preventing me from organizing everything I know. I have spent weeks trying to compile my experiences into a single detailed account, but every attempt gets interrupted by anxiety and confusion. Even writing this took effort. And this is not even the full story. If you want to know more about my other experiences and the knowledge I received, You can message me. Perhaps one day, I will manage to compile everything and post it openly. Ahem. I've also tried to post this in other subs.
Thank you so much for sharing your experiences. You have a wonderful gift and are able to see things the rest of us can't. I hope one day humanity can meet the nice reptilians, but I feel most of humanity is not ready yet. Our spiritual growth has not matured enough. I think your story should be shared on other subreddits, but the only one I can think of is our experiencers.
Although our spiritual growth hasn't matured enough, I do believe we are improving. What I have learned is that whatever is evil appears to be more common and mainstream to us. I believe good and evil exists in equal amounts. Difference is that good hides itself better than evil. We should do the best with the circumstances we get. That's our only way out of this. I will also share my story as other subreddits too. Thank you for that.
Thank you. This is fascinating and has taken much courage and memory on your part. Please do attempt to sit quietly in front of a laptop and create Word docs files of these experiences, as it may help you organize. I'd with the bright light and call on the highest of energies. Angels and your personal spirit guide are available to assist you. I am currently reading Alien World Order by Len Kasten. I recommend it for you. In it, he covers the prehistory of Beyond Our Universe, how it came to intervene in our world, then in your arena, the Middle East, and the mix of peoples, human non, who resided and mixed in that area and on Earth for thousands of years. You may be experiencing a parallel world existence, previous historic event, S in the tsunami, and then there are others who have been abducted or experienced the Maddid's quantiloids. Elena Denan, A Gift from the Stars, is a great place to start to help you assimilate another experience. You are amazing. My best.
Hi guys, quick intermission. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you have not noticed yet, I broke it into sections between Redditor anecdotes and viral online clips. The online clips I categorize between global occurrences, US government and church occurrences, and celebrity occurrences. We have already gone over some of the global viral clips. Now before we get into public figures and politics in Hollywood, I want to mention that many of these people, especially in Hollywood, have powerful PR teams behind them. So I don't think it's my place to try to debunk any of these, even if some of the clips seem super fake and acted. But many of the reptilian lore behind some of these figures has existed for a long time. So I personally think that some of these popular figures in Hollywood have their PR teams put super fake stuff out there, so debunkers have easy fuel to work with. Whether they are or aren't reptilian or reptilian possessed, their image benefits from people thinking they are just normal, ambitious humans. As you will see, I just compiled everything. That's just my personal take on why some clips seem staged, while others do seem completely accidental. But watch for yourself and be your own judge. Enjoy and pass this along before anyone tries to take it down.
Zier CEO. Neck. Frogging. Here's something else to look for. Don't think people breath through their necks.
Legit a frog in a man suit.
I tried to make my neck do this. There's no way I could do that.
Me too.
Well, is he a lizard man or a frog man? Which is it?
Frog lizardtilian.
At first I thought he was swallowing saliva. Then he kept going and going and going. I don't know how much saliva you can build up. I really don't think it's that much. Maybe a medical condition. Maybe a lizard? Weird.
Mandating that their employees or their students get the vaccine. Does Pfizer expect to require and mandate its employees become fully vaccinated?
Reptilian on Fox. The original video link is above. This person is very likely a reptilian. Look at his eyes, his mouth, and his real throat under that mask, which is moving like a frog. Also, listen to the way he's speaking. This person is 100% not human.
What's the name of this guy anyone know?
United States Navy SEAL Vice Admiral Robert Harward.
Definitely a lizard.
Those teeth.
Don't know if it's reptilians, LOL, but it's definitely extremely bizarre.
Patients may be a little short of the real objective here. The president has time on his hands. He controls the narrative, he controls the strike capabilities, and
when your reptilian aide helps you with your political speech so that you don't make a mistake.
I have no idea why this subreddit has been recommended to me, but that was hilariously awesome. Give that girl some crickets.
She's definitely paranoid right there. Probably took a little too much math or spud by the looks of things and panicking haha.
One too many Adderall will do that to you.
I normally ignore the dumb stuff people post here, but there's for real something wrong with that person.
Too many stimulants and lack of sleep. You look hollow-eyed, get all paranoid, and don't realize that you're talking to yourself. Source. Experience.
Pepsi. There is so much Pepsi flowing in the veins of the elite in our country, it's insane. If we stopped it, half the elite workforce wouldn't last a full week. Out the chemical enhancements.
Misrepresenting what I said because I don't have much knowledge of that. Because this committee likes to misrepresent or leave off complete sentences of what individuals said, I'd like to introduce this into the record. Objection. Thank you. And as to no comment by an FBI, that's usually what they say when there's a...
I saw this video of a strange press reporter at the White House. She looks like Reptilian or demon in disguise. The way she flipped her hair and made that sinister face is alarming. They are among us.
Bro, the reptilians are living there, maybe just stopping by to say hello to family.
One thing I can say is that whatever this is, it's not a normal face at some point.
Just Pepsi.
Looks like she's tweaking to me.
Both can be true. Classic reptilian.
Whatever he is, Kenneth Copeland is 100% pure evil.
His personality is like a demonic possession.
It truly is. There is something in his eyes that has always made me think he was an evil guy. I'm probably just crazy, though.
The most reptilian. The most powerful reptilian I have ever seen is Kenneth Copeland's mentor and pastor. Excellent videos show him displaying his biblically powerful telepathic control over such a large mass of people all at once. Skip to 2:16 to see people go from zero to complete violent mass hysteria. There is quite a bit of very disturbing things to see in this video. From a red-headed woman that he sits down next to seems to actually stretch her mouth open about a foot wide while laughing like hypnotized maniac every time Kenneth Hagin yells, "Drunk again." People go into hysterics or fall into a trance looking as if they are completely inebriated from alcohol or something. All widest in between staring at the people as if they are his prey and he is reveling in his control over them, while he hisses. A very young Kenneth Copeland suits front and center also hypnotized laughing like a maniac uncontrollably as if he is tortured and cannot stop. Here is another link to Bongre video of a much larger congregation that he does the same style of walking of the monk as his prey torturing specific individuals. People break into these uncontrollable violent seizures, with very uncomfortable faces while this happens to them.
That video is so damn creepy. Wow.
Yep, I thought this would just be some evangelical goofiness to laugh at. Nope, this stuff is genuinely disturbing.
Back with more proof. Demon Kenneth Hagin loves flaunting his demon tongue. He really likes to show off his demon tongue. He constantly flicks it from side to side. I can't believe this is real life sometimes. We got real demons or reptilians living among us disguised as humans. Record this or save it, Whitey. Deleted the last video I share.
Oh my, what's wrong with his hands?
Reptilian. Detected. Check out this creepy guy's weird teeth. Someone pointed out Epstein's teeth look like dentures made out of children's teeth. And I'm not saying that necessarily or that it's aliens, but it's definitely aliens. Reptilian. Jeffrey Epstein survivor Juliette Bryant claims she saw Epstein shapeshift before her eyes, describing the experience as something impossible to understand without witnessing it firsthand. She recalled his form, flickering like a hologram, his eyes turning black, and horns resembling those of a dragon or the devil appearing. Bryant says other victims have reported similar encounters.
This guy appeared one night. Beamed screams while outside my house for 2 weeks in July 2021. It was a kidnapped woman and an abusive man. She would scream all day, and he would abuse her. Asked my GF at the time if she could hear them. She couldn't. I recorded the screams and boosted the volume to make it able to hear for others. I showed some inmates the recording, and they recommended I call authorities to see if they can find the woman. I called the state police and had them go to my neighbor's house to hear this woman, or get in contact with my neighbor. They went and called me back. They didn't hear the screams either, nor got in contact with my neighbor. After that phone call, I went back home from work and didn't hear the screams anymore. That evening on the porch, 5 golden entities appeared in a field in front of my house. They telepathically communicated with me that all is good, thanks for trying to something about the screams. I felt safe knowing they existed. Later that night, or the next night, I took notice to gold shimmers of light appearing before me. I then took notice to a 10-foot cloaked being shining the golden light through a membraned cloaked skin. As soon as I noticed it, a 7-foot glowing red reptilian, pictured, appeared at the end of the driveway. He jumped up on the stone house and climbed his way towards me. He got all the way behind me and then touched the back of my head with his index finger. I stayed meditative and thankful for the experience. It felt as if I was healed and implanted with spiritual technology in my brainstem and frontal cortex. He seemed benevolent or neutral at the least. Just thankful for the experience and like to share it with people. I've had another encounter in 2024. A human-alien hybrid hospital worker. She blinked her pupils at me after showing me secret society plans and telepathically communicating with me. Life's grand, and they're definitely among us.
So, thanks for sharing. I do want to say, based on how you're speaking and the prevalence of these sightings and sounds, and how normalized it is for you, I would say that it's probably wise to share this with a medical professional. I believe you. I wouldn't be on this sub if I didn't have an experience. And that image is nearly identical to what I saw 5 years ago, minus any redness. But it wasn't like a normal thing. I was literally dying of endocarditis in a hospital when I had this experience. I wasn't seeing and hearing things consistently. I appreciate the post. Praying for you. Hope you take my advice.
Dude looks totally awesome.
Is Katy Perry reptilian? She looks so weird here. She genuinely looks like a lizard pretending to be a human. What an odd-looking person.
Twice I've had picture of her eyes and pupils changing shape and color, to the point I'm just going to say she isn't human, and there are 2 others I've confirmed not to be human.
Most definitely.
Whatever it is, it looks really unnatural. But perhaps her eyelash just stuck to her stupid face, and she didn't want to smear her ugly makeup.
She always has had a weird look. Like doughy eyes. Something with her eyes being big and open wide like...
Swae Lee shapeshift during Coachella, during no-type performance.
Doing my best to go through frame by frame on Instagram, I saw at least 3 strange frames. Also, I noticed a dragon in the background and a cube center stage.
Whoa.
Case closed. This man is a shapeshifter. He has sunglasses on as a human but none as this being. So that alone just confirms it's not lighting causing it.
Lebron James reptilian hologram malfunction shapeshifting at 2024 Olympics. You can easily see the reptilian eye here. It's very obvious. It's my current understanding that hybridization happens on an energetic level, and even physically too. Someone who is possessed by a reptilian entity, the more they are possessed, then over time, the more they become energetically hybridized into that reptilian. The reptilian form is morphing in and out, likely due to having much reptilian possession energy that it manifests physically temporarily. So this is not a digital streaming glitch, or what seems like a dropping frame of live feed. And it's real footage, not faked. I went and found the original video. Proof is in the original video. Scroll down and fast forward 55 seconds in. Link for original video. How it works. You have a soul outside incarnation that projects a piece of itself into the binary reality. The soul projecting part of itself in this case is likely non-human. The temporary projected part is made from the projecting external soul, but often with added bits from other beings and entities. So let's say A minus the external soul, projecting part of it being an alien B, minus temporary projected soul made of A and energies of a few other beings, let's say a few demons and other aliens. External soul can project multiple incarnate pieces at once, C minus the physical body in which the projected part resides. C minus here, again we have influences from different alien species bits and demonic energies mixed into the genetics, giving them special occult properties. Most common will be reptilians, greys and mantids, Anunnaki, and energies of well-known demonic entities. These usually make the occult elites, and because they're non-human, their occult abilities are naturally greater than average Joe who got into occult practices. Unknown.
You have to sacrifice loved ones if you want to be great. Actual LeBron James quote. Who knows, maybe the old boy is actually the one consuming themselves. Sick. World M8.
Also happened when Robert Downey Jr. was revealed as Dr. Doom at THT movie reveal Last War. Once, he absorbs the energy of the crowd, he turns sideways and smirks at someone, and then boom, slit eye for a good 5+ seconds.
We know they are cloning famous people, so what if there's a higher concentration of reptilian DNA?
So he's like possessed? And the longer it goes on, the more the reptilian bonds to him, like a parasite.
That's what I heard, and that's one way they get hybridized.
This is the clearest shot I've ever seen, and it's of my idol.
Bro idolizes a reptilian.
Possible identity of the shapeshifter that Billy Corgan claims to have seen. Tila Tequila.
There was one comment in particular that stood out to me. This person contacted me saying they are a musician from the Chicago, Illinois area, which is where Billy Corgan is from, and he kind of grew up in and around those other artists and in that scene, and that this story is kind of well known in the musician scene in Chicago. And the person that Billy Corgan saw shapeshift was Tila Tequila. I know, it's wild, right? It's very strange.
You saw someone shapeshift?
Oh God.
Is it is that real, or were you fucking with people?
No, it's true.
Really?
Yeah, it's true.
Because when you told me that you enjoy Kaufman-like moments, I was like, okay.
No, it's
maybe...
true. I would tell you off grid, but I won't say it publicly.
Really?
The only way I'd say it publicly is if I write it. And I've been writing this book for years, and it's in the book.
Really?
So I'd tell you off grid, but I can't. It's look. I know Alex Jones sat in the seat, you know, right? Alien, the shapeshifter.
Yeah, you dropped a bombshell. Every paper picked it up.
Let's just say I was with somebody once, and I saw a transformation that I can't explain.
The person transformed into something other than human.
Yes, I saw it.
You were talking to someone. They said to you, "Look, something's going to happen here. I'm going to morph into something else."
Imagine you're doing something, and suddenly you turn around and there's somebody else standing there.
You still standing by it?
Absolutely. I know it happened. In fact, it happened twice. And on top of that, what's amazing is we live in a world where, look, I've been in public life on some level for 30 years.
Yep.
People treat it as if I'm crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm here to say, like, now maybe I had a hallucination, but I saw what I saw.
Right. You saw it. It's your reality.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, to question somebody's reality is a strange thing.
The second time you saw a shapeshifter, where were you? Probably at Darcy's house.
It was the same. It was the same person.
Oh, it was.
This happened with the same person twice.
Billy, when will you announce who this person is so I can investigate? Seriously.
I wouldn't name names.
But it's a famous person, right?
I wish it was somebody famous.
Yeah, because then that would be awesome.
Well, I told you in private the story. Could you keep my confidence?
Yes.
All right.
Back in 2017, for those who don't know, Billy Corgan, the lead singer of the Smashing Pumpkins rock band, was on the Howard Stern show, of all places, and Corgan told Stern that Corgan once saw a shapeshifter. He then went over the story, again, with Stern a year later on the same show, adding slight bits of information. The identity of this supposed shapeshifter hadn't, yet, been revealed to the public, as far as I know. Until a few days ago, possibly. It is not letting me post the link directly or even mention the name of the website. But the polarity channel of the internet's most popular video website. Hopefully that will be enough information for you guys to find the video. If you want to watch it, posted a video with this title, Billy Corgan's Shapeshifter is Revealed, or Baal and the Dark Side of Hollywood. It is a rather lengthy video, and, to be honest, I watched the whole video, and I'm not necessarily convinced that some of the other stuff that he mentions in the video necessarily has much of anything to do with the Billy Corgan shapeshifter story. So if you don't want to sit through the whole thing, I'll just mention the identity of the person who is said to be a shapeshifter that Billy Corgan has seen and interacted with. The shapeshifter that Billy Corgan supposedly interacted with and saw shapeshifting is, drumroll, please, Tila. Tequila. I know. It sounds like a joke, given that Tila Tequila is known for saying multiple bizarre, unlikely things over the years. And, in fact, I believe that she, once, even claimed to be a shapeshifter. However, according to the information in the email that was talked about in the video, this is actually a well-known story in the Chicago music scene. What do you guys think? Do you think that Tila Tequila could actually be a shapeshifter?
She looks like an alien to me.
Corgan says her face stretches out of shape and her eyes turn black when she finishes. The other crazy allegation is from an Epstein victim who said Epstein's face did the same thing, and his eyes also turned black, and that he grew horns and stuff. Tila is also allegedly linked to the Illuminati, whose roots are in the cult of Baal, also known as Satanism. Same with Epstein. Weird stuff for sure.
Reptilian proof. Real source clip. I saw clips of this shapeshifter in videos, found the source at 132, watched frame by frame with and keys. Edit, counter view. In the interest of objectivity, one thing that is a flag for me is her eyes are locked when this happens. At least in the main clip, which might suggest this is a post effect.
Will there be contact with aliens? 136-24. She thinks that's hilarious.
I am really stunned. Insane how her eyes changes form.
Yes, this is the most compelling footage I've seen. Pretty wild.
And it's right after she's asked some question about other life planets too. Very interesting. I have this clip saved on my phone because, yeah, I feel this is one of the most clear, compelling videos I've seen that's not all grainy and sus. Plus, this clip is some random podcast that has barely any views from years ago too. Very strange, compelling indeed.
They're amongst us for sure.
It's really a lot. Planet Earth, you are the aliens you seek. Mirror. Your DNA is part reptilian, Pleiadian, etc. Many beings cannot reproduce. Many races in one project to give this galaxy, and many others hope. We are the hope of the galaxy. There are many. Aliens, interdimensionals, etc. Infinite. And you are one. We are an intergalactic family. Please awaken. It is time. Some of us have known since childhood, have had star family visit us. My wish is for you all to realize your potential, dormant abilities, etc. Evolution can help this planet. We are shifting. Those who choose love. EXO not even supposed to say this. Comment will be removed, so for those of you who read, pass it along. Hemi Sync, Breathwork. KGB, Book of Alien Races. NI, mentioned in CIA.gov. Gateway. Files, that's enough to start. Awaken. Love can remove all dark forces. Remember that not all beings are good or bad. All beings have both good and bad. Duality. Love is the answer. And not all magic is evil. Light, a black candle call in protection. Also, once you do that, call in asking the beings to visit you if you are ready using a pink candle or light color that makes you feel calm. Fear and disbelief will have them ignore you because free will. You have to actually be open-minded and ready. If you are, recite this Solan Salara 15 times. The Grand Awakening and golden timeline of light and love is here, now. Stop arguing about false boxes created for control and separation. Love and unity is how we change the planet, so those that haven't yet awakened can, and shift.
Jonah is part of a new age group called Aletra, which has earned dubious notoriety with both the governments of Ukraine and Russia that they are banned in both. Also, Pastor Mark Burns, a spiritual advisor to US President Donald Trump, has collaborated with Aletra.
This is interesting. Thanks for the info.
What are some signs someone is possessed by a reptilian? Have you yourself or someone you know been possessed by reptilians? What are the signs to watch out for?
Their eyes look different than normal people, and their body temperature is always cold.
They usually get weird hair, orange skin, things like that.
Weird hair? How?
Comb-overs, the hairs themselves becoming semi-transparent. Many such sad cases.
Sometimes you can see it in thigher faces, like suddenly morph into wide mouths and a slit eyes. They are always mean to anyone that doesn't have any benefit to them. People with narrow thinking or strong bias for something have weak mental fortitude and quick to anger sadness easy to possess and get suggestion from the reptilians or negative entities. Narcissists too, be aware of them. Obsessed with material things and pleasures like its thigher core or goal in life, sex, money addiction, food and stuff. I can't seem to remember other things. People with high percentage of reptilian DNA and or hybrids.
I don't know. Those demons speak through their lips. Possession happened to me. Those demons talk through me, but easy to control somewhat. Maybe what possessed me, still there, is weak. Look for involuntary movements, twitches, eye or arm or anywhere, but don't assume if seen. Person will know, so ask as well. Either punches my arm making it look like a twitch, or it is a twitch caused by them. Those exorcism movies are real in one thing: those devils speak through the mouth. It surprises me when they do. About the reptilian thing, I don't know. The eyes give it away. They are loud. Sometimes I'm scared the thing will speak through me when talking to someone. It has happened. So if anyone offends you, it might not be them all the time. Just a heads up. Ask them what they said, or if devils got their tongue. There that. Any questions about my possession, go ahead and ask. I'm more than willing to answer.
My mom told me she had an encounter with Reptilian. My mom reached out and told me this story. She has a product guy who brings her hair colors and other materials for work. She described him as extremely Christian. He has been her supplier since I was a child. I remember him. She mentioned that he for a while started acting weird, not bringing all the product in order to show up multiple times, and that he would be a bit aggressive, and on occasion he would touch her arm or shoulder and she would feel pain. Well, apparently the last time she saw him, he wouldn't look at her face, and she noticed his skin was greenish. Eyes looked weird. She wondered if he was maybe jaundiced or something, but then she realized that he wasn't the same guy, and then in her head, she said, "I see you, I know what you are, and I'm not scared of you." Apparently, he backed up and freaking hissed at her. She hasn't seen him since. It's been months, and this guy came around weekly for G's over 20 years. She believes now that this maybe reptilian came around to drain her energy. What do you guys think? I'm not really a believer, but I believe my mom.
They have controlled Hollywood for years and put the truth in our face. For example, movies like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. While excavating beneath Los Angeles, an archaeologist discovered a labyrinth of tunnels he described as an underground city. In the old Mario Bros. Movie, in the opening, it says dinosaurs didn't go extinct. They went underground and evolved. You can see these creatures in movies exactly how your mother describes. They are among us.
Very true. And there are signs all over the place. It's right in front of you. In many, many movies, ads, commercials, TV shows. They own the media and everything you watch.
Your mom nearly ended up dinner.
You can't show fear to the lizard people. They'll use the fear to hack into your mind and physically paralyze you. Despite your unbelief, don't leave your mom alone. Mr. Lizard might get hungry and return with some friends. Just don't show any fear. Call 911 and keep a bludgeoning weapon nearby. A chair works in a pinch.
Kyle Odom. Have you read the Kyle Odom Manifesto? If so, what did you think?
I believe him.
Be careful with transcendental meditation and traveling the astral realm unprotected. Protection could even just be a belief in Jesus or something and knowing some prayers. Kyle was an atheist if I remember correctly, and he really ate up all their fake stories. Prayer and Jesus Christ have saved me from so many sleep paralysis attacks, it's uncountable at this point.
Not everybody you encounter in a church is a real Christian. There are many people that are Luciferian that are in churches, and the congregation don't even know. But lower level entities point out the ties. Just like the reptilian is living among us, they still need to feed.
Yeah, I don't go to church anymore, Eve. Never been to one where I sensed evil going on, but I'm sure it happens all the time. But I recently got into the Gnostic stuff a lot, and I know the church is corrupt at worst, and at best they just don't answer questions and leave people in the dark. It actually seems like priests don't know what they are talking about. Maybe it's a case of too much book knowledge and information they are taught in seminary school and not enough field experience. It doesn't seem like some priests even believe what they are talking about.
It's a perfect example of what could happen to any of us. He deserves vindication. Great post. I only recently learned about him and wish more people knew what happened. It's mind-blowing.
How did that guy survive?
Ever seen a lizard regenerate his tail?
Glad someone else brought this up. Definitely should be read.
Disclosure. Really did not want to do this reveal, but I have been left with no choice. As a 32nd degree Freemason, I can confirm that Nick Solfold is a reptilian. I'm not entirely sure if that is actually the name he uses to refer to his race, but Nick lives and works in London as a media contractor and remains an editor of a Freemason newsletter. The second reptilian is Ian Mitchell KC, who remains an employment barrister and currently resides in Scotland, but works for a chambers in London. The final reptilian is Stephen Kerr, MSP, who I believe works as a Scottish minister. Not much more really to say further about him, other than he obviously lives in Scotland. Now, I am not 100% sure about this next one, because I have personally never seen them actually reveal themselves, but Ursula von der Leyen just so happens to strangely be a personal friend of Nick Solfold. It really does make you wonder why exactly, if not for the obvious reason. But there you go. This account is a throwaway. I am not inciting violence of any kind. I am here to simply inform and educate. I am not into self-harm.
All these photos of shapeshifters are masked. I never see the lines across the forehead like I and all humans have. Maybe that's a tell, Ike. First rule of Reptilians Fight Club is...
There are multiple species. The universe is full of life.
How many different species?
I've heard of at least 4 body types that were recovered.
So all I've heard of is the Greys, which is like the Close Encounters of the Third Kind ones, the Nordics, which is the also known as like the tall whites, right? Is that the same thing?
I've heard people say that, yeah.
And then there is the Reptilians. People talk about reptilians being the scariest one.
No one's ever used that word with me, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
And then there's Mantis. There's ones that are like insect-like.
I've heard people say that, yeah.
First rule of Reptilians Fight Club is... All this talk of disclosure is a distraction. Look at the shiny metal craft. They're over our nukes, says Lou Elizondo. It's imminent. Ha. What's the goal? Pay more taxes, while reptilians are still pulling the strings.
What an oddly specific way of phrasing it. No one's ever used that word with me, to be honest.
I take it as they don't call themselves that.
The Reptilians. People talk about reptilians being the scariest one.
No one's ever used that word with me, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
And then
Alright you guys, that concludes episode 4 of Reddit Reads, Reptilians and Shapeshifters. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. A lot of heavy topics in this video, but it's just the beginning. I'm an optimist myself and want to use this creepy hidden knowledge to reveal the power within ourselves. So stick around if you're interested in these topics and the light at the end of the tunnel. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.